the weight of the world on her shoulders, as she's simply longing for someone to hold her. This beautiful woman, Eve, once unafraid for others her beauty to see, now frantically covers her body with leaves. By the serpent she's been deceived. Evil rings and I weep, because in her face my shame I see. And given the same choice, the fruit I would eat, because when faced with the choice of a king, the one I place on the throne is always me. Now no place to find cover from the serpent's hover. Death is now our lover and life has been ruptured. We hate one another and murder our brothers. But with all the strength we can muster, we come back together and cluster. But even this unity is an imposter, because we only unite to foster our own pride and arrogant posture, to build our own Babel towers, seeking our own strength and power. And our whole course of action is to advance our own factions, to seek our own freedoms and build our own kingdoms. And if Eve had only known that this world she called home, instead of spreading shalom, would now become a war zone, maybe she would have hesitated, thought about the fruit before she ate it, fought for the truth and tried to reclaim it, saw past the fruit to the root before she would partake it. But given the same choice, I know I too would take it. So with her I sympathize, but the temptation to follow the lies of the one we despise is hard to recognize, because he dresses up as light, and no matter how hard I try, the beam sticks out both my eyes, and because of my sin, I'm doomed to die. By Adam and Eve, creation is now unclean. Gone is the spring and evil is king. But wait, rewind the scene. Look closer and see. Genesis 3:15, the promise of an offspring, one who will become the true king. He will give a new song to sing and make the unclean clean. He will loose chains and set captives free and crush the head of the serpent for the world to see. Imagine Eve's hope as she gave birth to Cain. I have received a man from my God. Could he loose the chains? But soon it was revealed that instead he was filled with the serpent's hate. And the next in line, Abel, soon would be slain. And so we gasp at sin's clasp. Ages pass and we ask, where is this one anointed? Where is the Son appointed? But then one day, a humble maid of low estate was looked on with grace. See the look on her face, shocked and amazed. But don't be afraid, for this is the place where the Son begins his reign of a kingdom that won't pass away. The firstborn of the true human race, be in awe and amazed at this conception of grace. Though Eve's firstborn brought utter destruction, Mary's firstborn will usher reconstruction. One brings devastation, the other brings new creation. One brings strife, the other life. One is a killer, the other a healer. So would you imagine with me the viewpoint of Eve as she looks on the birth of this king, fulfilling the promise of peace. But he comes needy and weak, humble and meek, wrapped in borrowed sheets. Because the kingdom of this king moves on through the least, outcasts and thieves, harlots and me. So now I can see the transformed face of Eve as she no longer weeps. So together we sing, because now we know we will reap the harvest sown by this seed, the perfect offering, the perfect offspring. He will save his people, so they call his name Jesus. Of all names ever uttered, this name is the sweetest. This promised child of Mary, from the curse he will free us. And in the depths of our sin and despair, he will meet us. He moves into our lives in the midst of his people. In his taking on flesh, he's reversing the evils. In his humility, he will bear hostility. As he reverses history, behold the mystery. He comes to set us free. The advent of a king. So let his people sing.